When chaos erupts in the first turn, and 20 riders are fighting for the same piece of dirt, most riders react on instinct. Not Cooper Webb though. Webb calculates. His mind processes the mayhem differently, seeing patterns and opportunities invisible to others. Everyone sleeps on Cooper Webb. Who seriously thought he would be leading the 2025 championship at the halfway point? Definitely not me. But you have to remember, he is a two-time champion, and you won't believe what Cooper Webb did to Ken Roczen in 2019. Give the man the respect he deserves. This is the story of how mental mastery rewrote a career that seemed destined for mediocrity. But how did he get to this level of mental fortitude? The answer may surprise you. Sometimes the greatest comebacks in sports begin not with a triumph, but with a struggle. How was Cooper Webb struggling on a Yamaha? For Cooper Webb, that struggle played out over 2 painful seasons at factory Yamaha, where his potential seemed trapped, hidden beneath a combination of bike issues and mounting injuries. 2 podium finishes were all he had to show during that time. A third at Oakland in 2017, and another third at Daytona in 2018. The former 250 champion was vanishing in the Premier class, raising serious questions about his future. I was just kind of managing it every week, every month. It just kept getting worse and worse, Webb revealed about his time at Yamaha. It was kind of a calling saying, hey, you need to heal up. But healing wasn't the only solution Webb needed. Something more fundamental had to change. That change came in the form of a pivotal career decision, signing with Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Would a new team really solve all of his problems? It wasn't just a new team with a different colour scheme. It represented a complete reset. A fresh start with an organisation built around rapid problem solving and rider support. The difference in philosophy was immediate and dramatic. It would provide Webb with one of his most iconic moments in Supercross. This commitment to improvement became the foundation for what would follow. The physical differences between the motorcycles proved equally significant. Was the KTM really better than the Yamaha? Webb discovered the KTM offered advantages his previous bike never could. The biggest thing when I first got here in 2019 was the difference in weight, Webb noted. The KTM is a lot narrower and lighter than what I had ridden before. Those technical differences weren't just specifications on paper, they transformed how Webb could attack the track. The narrower chassis and reduced weight perfectly complemented Webb's riding style, allowing him to position the bike precisely where he wanted in corners and maintain control through the most challenging sections. Where once he had struggled to break into the top 5, Webb was now battling at the front, challenging for wins, turning heads with his newfound speed and confidence. But the perfect bike is nothing without the perfect mindset. What separates Cooper Webb from the field isn't just the equipment beneath him, but the psychological warfare unfolding inside his helmet. A mental chess match where he's always 3 moves ahead of rivals who still believe raw speed alone wins championships. When the gate drops in Supercross, 22 riders funnel into the first turn in a chaos of roaring engines and flying dirt. While most competitors rely on instinct and aggression to navigate this mayhem, Webb's mind operates differently. He sees beyond the immediate battle, calculating potential outcomes and planning countermoves before others have even settled into their rhythm. Then there are the head-to-head battles. His first win on the KTM would come in 2019 at Anaheim 2. Webb pulled a last lap pass on Ken Roczen to steal the victory, but then gave Kenny, an old rival, a finger gun salute over the finish. When Webb is winning races, confidence and bravado are never in short supply. That confidence saw him win the next 3 out of 4 races. Webb's approach stands in stark contrast to competitors like Eli Tomac and Ken Roczen. These riders often dominate through sheer physical prowess and blistering speed, overwhelming opponents with raw power and aggressive passes. Webb, however, brings a surgeon's precision to the battlefield, dissecting races with a calculating mind that compensates for any disadvantage in pure speed. You can't show where you want to go too soon, and you can't wait around too long or you'll get left, Webb explains about his strategic approach. This philosophy reveals his masterful understanding of racing's delicate timing, when to show patience and when to strike with decisive force. His ability to read competitors' intentions allows him to position himself perfectly for counterattacks. Jason Thomas, a respected voice in the sport, describes Webb as the ultimate strategist, who often knows where his competitors are going better than they do themselves. Thomas emphasizes this point by stating, "There are not many riders that I would trust more in a last lap battle than Webb." But what happens when the track itself becomes the ultimate opponent? When adversity strikes on the track, Cooper Webb doesn't retreat, he advances. Those treacherous ruts and broken down tracks that cause panic in most riders, for Webb, they're simply a canvas for his masterful work. While the competition slows down in deteriorating conditions, Webb somehow finds another gear, defying conventional wisdom about how speed is achieved when tracks are at their worst. A Supercross track is a living, breathing entity. What begins as a pristine layout of perfectly sculpted jumps and berms transforms into something entirely different by the final laps of a main event. Ruts deepen to swallow front wheels whole. Jump faces erode, creating dangerous edges that can catch a rider off guard. What was once a smooth rhythm section becomes a minefield of unpredictable obstacles. For most of the field, this deterioration represents a threat, a signal to dial back aggression and focus on simply surviving. But Webb operates on a different frequency. He studies these evolving conditions with precision of a scientist, cataloguing how each section breaks down and identifying opportunities where others only see danger. At the Seattle Supercross, Webb demonstrated this tactical advantage in real time. As the track deteriorated lap after lap, he began adjusting his lines, making strategic decisions that allowed him to execute passes when it mattered most. Webb's genius isn't just knowing where to go, it's knowing where his competitors are going, sometimes before they do themselves. But could his mind overcome a betrayal from his own body? That same mental strength that allows Webb to conquer challenging tracks was about to face its greatest test. Not from a competitor, but from within his own body. What happens when a champion's mind remains willing, but his physical frame betrays him? In 2020, Cooper Webb would discover the answer through an ordeal that threatened everything he had worked for. It began at the Arlington Supercross, a seemingly manageable back issue that would evolve into something far more serious. As the 2020 season progressed, Webb's condition deteriorated dramatically. 3 herniated discs and a torn nerve. Despite this devastating diagnosis, Webb remarkably finished second in the 450 Supercross Championship, a testament to his determination that few fans realised came at such a physical cost. "It's the most frustrating injury I've ever had," Webb confessed about the unpredictable nature of his back problems. The injury created a cruel rhythm to his daily life that no amount of preparation could solve. "I'd wake up one day feeling perfectly normal, and then I'd wake up another day and I can't even get out of bed," he explained. How does a professional athlete compete at the highest level when even standing upright becomes a victory? The dilemma Webb faced cut to the core of what makes champions different. Every race meant risking further damage to his already compromised back. Every hard landing sent shockwaves of pain through his spine. Yet he continued to line up at the starting gate, managing the injury week by week, even as his condition worsened with each passing event. The breaking point finally came at the first Loretta Lynn National. Continue pushing through excruciating pain and risk permanent damage, or step away from the sport he loved to heal properly. For a competitor who had built his reputation on mental toughness and overcoming obstacles, accepting physical limitations felt like surrender. It was kind of a calling saying, "Hey, you need to heal up," Webb reflected. This admission that sometimes the bravest decision isn't to push through but to step back marked a profound evolution in his approach to racing and life. During his recovery, Webb didn't just rehabilitate his body, he revolutionized his entire approach to training. He discovered that proper treatment meant more than just building strength and cardiovascular fitness. Webb's time away from racing gave him something perhaps more valuable than physical healing: perspective. When he returned to competition, he brought not just a healthier body, but a renewed appreciation for the sport and a hunger that had been tempered by wisdom. The same mind that calculated race strategies now applied that precision to his recovery, focusing on sustainable success rather than short-term glory. As our journey through Cooper Webb's remarkable career comes to a close, one truth stands above all others. Greatness in motocross isn't defined by natural talent alone. The mental battlefield, where Webb has proven himself a master strategist, often determines championships long before the gate drops. What separates the elite from merely talented isn't raw speed, but the capacity to perform when everything is on the line. Webb embodies this rare quality. His calculated approach to racing, his ability to see opportunities invisible to others, and his remarkable resilience against career-threatening setbacks reveal the true architecture of a champion's mind. Looking ahead, Webb's hunger remains insatiable. "I'm definitely super hungry for this upcoming series," he reveals. A warning to competitors that his championship mentality continues to evolve. In Webb, we witness the perfect marriage of mental fortitude and physical skill, proving that in motocross, as in life itself, the mind remains the ultimate battleground. And as he battles for the 2025 Supercross Championship, one question remains: can he push his mental mastery even further? It certainly looks like he will have the mental edge over Chase Sexton, but will that be enough to add a third Supercross title to his resume?